I'm back at CES for another year of cool tech and futuristic concepts. While I saw a lot of the same products from last year with new minor upgrades, there was plenty of new stuff to see. So sit back, relax. Let's take a look at some of the best things I saw at CES this year. Govee is always a fun booth to start at for CES. This year we got the feeling of walking through a house again to see some sweet gamer setups with their mini panel LEDs, a cute little bedroom showing off the curtain lights, and an outdoor courtyard using the Govee string lights wrapped around pergolas and trees. And then moving over to the living room is where I got to check out their brand new Skyline kit. This device comes in 4 or 6 meters and can span a bedroom ceiling or go floor to ceiling to brighten up a dark corner. Holoconnect is a brand that we saw last year that produces a life-size 3D hologram right in front of you. Well, this year they introduced the Holobox, a miniature, dare I say, travel-sized device. Depending on your use case, it can be used for communication or displaying a product in 3D before you purchase. It's also a touchscreen, so you can get interactive with it too. X-PENG wasn't messing around when they showed off their Aero HT flying car. Now, the vehicle itself doesn't fly, but what it has in the trunk does, and that is the eVTOL, or vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. The thought behind this combo is to give the owner the ability to drive the aircraft to a location that they want to fly around, and the vehicle itself also doubles as a charging station. If you did miss any of the live coverage that I had on CES, be sure to follow me over on Instagram. Now, robots and AI are everywhere at CES. But what I found at the Enhanced Tool booth was awesome to see in person. Meet Mirokai, a hospitality robot right out of a Pixar movie. These little guys are geared towards the children and stand about 4 feet tall. You can actually interact with it using its onboard sensors, or it can be used for something like transporting supplies around a children's hospital. The Loona pet bot stole the show for me as one of my favorite robots. It's a pet robot that can follow you around, and you can also interact with it. Its facial displays are pretty cute too. From playing catch to bumping fists to poking it so much that it annoys it, there's a lot of fun things that you can do with Loona. Rub the top of its head to reset its emotion and get it playful again. Okay, now this is pretty cool. This is the Eco Hydrogen Water Bottle. It's a standalone device that you fill up with water, and the mechanics inside infuse the water with hydrogen ions. If you weren't aware, like I wasn't, hydrogen water is the best type of water you can be drinking. On the side of the bottle, you'll start the hydrogen process, which takes about 10 minutes. And once you open the bottle and start drinking it, it lasts for about 3 hours. They say you can get about 8 to 10 uses out of one full charge. Now, I won't go into the details now, but the health benefits are pretty wild, and I recommend you guys checking it out. Now, here's something you don't see every day: an electric salt spoon by Kirin. This spoon is designed for people with low sodium diets or just trying to cut back. It uses a mild electric current that affects the taste of salt on your tongue. So how this works is that the handle of the spoon has a contact sensor on it, and the spoon itself has the other contact sensor. Holding the handle and putting the spoon in your mouth closes the electrical loop and delivers that salty punch. Now, if you're enjoying the CES coverage, be sure to hit that like button. It really does help out this video. All right, I'm getting hungry now. How about you guys? Current showed off their smart electric pizza oven. It's portable, so you can use it indoors or outdoors, but at a temperature of up to 850 degrees, I'll probably be using mine outdoors. Now, I'm told that it has an app that you'll plug in the specs of your creation. Is it going to be a Neapolitan style, New York style, light sauce, extra cheese? You're going to hit the start button and then sit back and wait for the timer to go off. The pizza will come out perfectly cooked and ready to eat. And a big thank you to Eureka for sponsoring this video and announcing at CES their brand new J15 Max Ultra. This is their new flagship robot vacuum that's got some amazing features. It's got the brand new IntelliView AI 2.0. Now, this is the technology that they use for recognizing objects. In addition to the standard RGB vision sensor on the front of the product, they have added an infrared sensitive optical sensor and an infrared array emitter, which is the first in the industry to combine all of these sensors together. Now, if the vacuum can't visually see the spill, it can use its other sensors to detect that spill and get it cleaned up. Some other cool features with this new vacuum is the dual swing arm system. So this will allow the scrubbing mop pad and the front brush to extend out, getting closer to your furniture and walls, picking up that dust. It has an incredible 22,000 PA of suction, anti-tangle technology, and a newly designed brush that they are calling the Dragon Claw. This thing uses a V-shaped design to improve dust removal efficiently and prevent tangles from forming in the brush. Another cool feature that they've designed into this robot is the Obstacross technology, and this will allow it to climb thresholds of just over 1.5 inches. If you are reaching that max height there, it will actually back up a little bit and will take a running start using a small wheel on the bottom to hoist itself up onto the next level. It's actually pretty cool to see. Once cleaning is complete, it returns to its self-cleaning base station where it cleans off the mop pads, removes the dirty water, and dries them off. If you're interested in knowing more, be sure to check the links in the description. There will also be a coupon code down there that can apply to the J15 Pro Ultra. Ultraloq impressed me with their brand new Bolt Mission Smart Lock. It's an ultra-wideband lock that can sense when you're approaching the door and unlock it for you. Now, the impressive thing with the ultra-wideband technology is that it can tell what side of the door you're on. So you're not going to get any false triggers when you walk by that door when you're on the inside. Aiper always has a standout booth with its clear-sided pool display. They showed off the new Scuba X1 Pro Max, but what really stood out to me was their 5-in-1 HydroHub. This is a water quality tester that allows you to keep an eye on your water parameters live through the app. Another cool feature with this hub is that it allows you to keep communication with your Aiper pool cleaner while it's underwater. Now, I like darts, but I rarely get a chance to play. I stumbled into the Target booth and got to try out their Omni auto scoring system. It's a light ring that goes around the outside of a dartboard and has 4 cameras built in to precisely score the game. You can take it up another level by playing games online with other players live. One of the cameras does point back to you, so if you're playing an online game, you can actually see the other player you're playing against and make sure that they are playing fairly. It's a ton of fun and something that I would love to have in my garage one of these days. Hover showed off their 8K X1 Pro Max drone that has the ability to follow you around. It has sensors all over to prevent it from bumping into anything, and the wings fold down for easy storage. Flic showed off their new Duo button. In addition to the 2 buttons, it also has a swipe control and a turn control. In their demo, you hold down the button and swipe to change the color of the lights. And then in the other demo, you hold the button down and turn the remote over to turn the brightness of the lights down. Both of these are cool and interesting ways to control your smart home. SwitchBot showed off their new K20 Plus multitasking household robot. This thing is pretty awesome. It's a mini vacuum that docks underneath a rolling stand. The rolling stand is modular, so you can add different components to it, and the vacuum down below will move it around the house. So you can add a camera, a fan, an air purifier, or a combination of these things. I like the air purifier because it will move from room to room, spending several minutes in each room cleaning the air. Aqara had a bunch of new stuff showing off this year, but what stood out to me the most was their new battery-powered multi-sensor. It has 5 sensors built in: PIR, millimeter wave, light, humidity, and temperature. It's Zigbee and Thread compatible, and its battery life is 3 years if you connect through Zigbee and 2 years if you connect it up through Thread. Using all of these sensors allow you to really dial in the perfect smart home environment. LG and Sony are some of the biggest booths I visit at CES each year, and LG showed off their transparent TVs again in a magical display. It's always a huge crowd pleaser and hard to break away from when you have work to do. LG also showed off their microwave with full display on the front, so you can check your calendar or weather, look up recipes. Now, it does have a camera on the inside and outside, so you can take a FaceTime call or use the downward-facing camera to start that cooking channel that you've been meaning to get to. The inside camera will let you monitor what's cooking, and while you wait, you can also bring up some live TV to help pass the time. Now that LG owns the smart home platform Homey, you can control your smart home on the display too. I didn't ask, but I hope you can monitor your security cameras on this display. Sony has an official release for their new Afeela EV. They are offering 2 models, the Origin and the Signature. The Signature will be available mid-2026, starting at about $103,000, and the Origin will be available sometime in 2027, starting at about $90,000. Now, if you're interested, you could join me on the waitlist. It is $200, but fully refundable deposit. Roborock showed off their new Z70 robot vacuum with an articulating arm for picking up and moving things out of its cleaning path. In the app, you'll set up drop zones for it to collect everything and then drop it into that one small area. This is a pretty helpful idea for homes that are busy with kids and pets, leaving things all over the house. Jackery debuted their curved solar panel roof tiles. This is a first-to-market design that I haven't seen before and would work perfectly on my roof. It comes in two different colors. We've got terracotta that produces about 38 watts per panel, and black that will give you 45 watts per panel. You can then tie your brand new roof into their whole home battery backup system to store all of that lovely power. ItalDesign showed off their Quintessenza concept car that immediately caught my attention when I walked onto the showroom floor. It's a mix between a GT and pickup truck. The back lid pops off and then the back seats will flip backwards into the bed of the vehicle to allow for a comfortable night of stargazing. The car also has no key, but instead you're gonna dock your phone right above the steering wheel and that will turn the car on. I stopped by the Donut Motor booth and was pretty blown away by what they were offering. This is a motor that is built into the wheel well, and the internal part of the rim is what mounts to the vehicle or motorcycle. So the outside of the rim is what is turning. It's pretty incredible to see in person and looks so futuristic, something like I would see on the Batmobile. Each motor produces 200 horsepower and weighs in at about 45 pounds. It also has fast charging and over 200 miles of range. CES 2025 was such a fun experience. It's great to see new brands with new tech. Out of everything that I covered in this video, let me know what products you would like me to dive deeper into throughout this year. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.